We're going to preview Titans against the Chiefs on today's video. Before we break down this game, though, I want you guys to like the video. If you want the Titans to beat the Chiefs, whether you're superstitious or even just a little stitious, let's send some positive vibes out there into the universe to have the Titans upset yet again one of the top AFC teams, just like they did against the Bills. So like the video right now. As promised, it's preview time here on Tennessee Titans today. I am Tom Downey. We'll discuss the injury report and the news coming out of it as well momentarily. But first, some overview of this week's matchup. The Titans, despite being the home underdog, actually have the better record this year, 4-2 against the 3-3 Kansas City Chiefs. These teams have some similarities, right? The Titans are a top 10 scoring offense and a bottom 10 scoring defense. The Chiefs are a top 5 scoring offense and a bottom 5 scoring defense. So expect plenty of points. I love the over in this one, 57.5. We saw plenty of scoring against the Titans and the Bills. And the Chiefs offense better than what the Bills have, although their defense is much, much worse, as we'll discuss momentarily. Tennessee, after raising a lot of red flags with a bad Week 4 loss against the New York Jets that was led into, I should say, which is terrible grammar. I forgot the word I was looking for. Wins against the Colts and Seahawks, right? They also have back-to-back wins against the Jags, whatever, but the Bills win. 34-31, a thrilling game all the way down to the wire. That's the one that has inspired confidence right now in Tennessee. The Chiefs, meanwhile, are actually 2-3 in their last 5 games. A narrow loss against the Baltimore Ravens, a narrow loss against the Chargers. They beat the Eagles in a game that was closer than what it should have been. They lost to the Bills, and they've played 3 of the 4 best AFC teams, and the 4th one coming up this week, right? And then they beat Washington in a game that they were not great in the first half, and then kind of woke up to an extent in the second half. The betting odds, again, the Chiefs a 4.5-point favorite, a massive over-under set at 57.5. So predict the score with that over-under and point spread in mind for me in the comments section. I think most of you will take Tennessee, but include the team you've got winning as well. I will get to my prediction, which I don't know if you're going to like. We'll see at the end of today's video. Let's hit the injury report then, as promised here, right? First up, 3 players have been ruled out for this one. Taylor Lewan, this one was a bit more older news. He's out with a concussion. Chester Rogers, out with a groin. Monty Rice, also with a groin injury. That one appeared to get worse. So 3 players out for Tennessee, and 4 are questionable. Julio Jones, who we will come back to, Jeremy McNichols, Bud Dupree, Amani Hooker. These guys all mostly limited throughout the week. Bud Dupree always has me worried. That knee's it's just not 100% right now. Hopefully Hooker's back out there. We'll come back to Julio, but I want to start with Taylor Lewan, who was ruled out this week after that very scary concussion that we were all concerned was going to be worse against the Bills. By the way, did you guys see Chris Broussard say Taylor Lewan plays for the Bills? What a clown. Anyway, Lewan's out this week, and that is a big loss for Tennessee. Remember, are without Tyson Miller, who retired like a week and a half ago. Super weird. So Kendall Lamb is the left tackle. David Quisenberry is the right tackle. I guess Dylan Radins is still going to stay at guard. He and Corey Levin are on the roster too. Bobby Hart, who sucks, was signed from the Bills practice squad. I don't laugh. I'm right. He's not a good football player or a good person. So we'll see. Hopefully there are no more injuries to Tennessee on that offensive line. It is far too thin as it is. As for Julio Jones, I think I'm going to fire him up in my fantasy lineup this week. It helps that it is a 1 p.m. Eastern time kick that I'll know for sure if he's playing or not. It's not a great match, but the Chiefs' defense sucks this year, guys. The hammy is going to, I think, be lingering throughout the year. I'm always going to be concerned about a flare-up during a game, but with A.J. Brown not on the injury report for the final one, he had, of course, been battling an illness. Julio was. I still think he plays this week. Titans fans are killing me. We're still not to 1,000 subscribers yet. We're sitting at 932, a very disappointing number. Let's get to 1,000. Once we get to 1K, we can do even more videos for you guys. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe for free videos on your favorite team, which of course I assume is Tennessee. Let's hit Derrick Henry now, who did not participate early this week in practice due to rest because he doesn't need more work. He gets so much in games. Derrick Henry, who you should have taken number 1 overall in fantasy. Sorry, Christian McCaffrey Troopers. Averaging under 5 yards per carry, but on a massive 162 carries already. He's almost to 1,000 yards. He's got 10 touchdowns. Henry looks like the unquestioned best back in the NFL. And although there are some weird claims out there around Mahomes versus Henry, I'm sorry, the answer is Mahomes is the player you want because he's a quarterback. You can make an argument, though, that Henry should still be in the MVP awards. That doesn't really always go to the most valuable player. It goes sometimes just the best player. And Henry, the man has been unstoppable this year for Tennessee. So should Henry be in the MVP race? Type Y for yes or type in N for no. Of course, you can do that for me in the comments section. I want to hear your opinions, so flood the comments section with your responses. Let's chat now about the quarterbacks in this one, beginning with Ryan Tannehill, who the numbers aren't great. There's been a couple too many big plays left out there. A slow start for Tannehill, who in the previous 2 years had looked like a top 10 quarterback, and I think his play compared to Marcus Mariota is a big reason why you've seen better play from Derrick Henry. Of course, not a dig against Henry. It's that Tannehill's been upgraded quarterback, and Derrick Henry he's Derrick Henry now. Hopefully better play for Tannehill. I like this matchup for him, as I mentioned. Guys, this Chiefs defense, it's cheeks. It's not good. They do not have a good defense at all. They cannot get pressure. They cannot stop the pass, cannot stop the run. I think the Titans offense should put up big yardage and points in this one. Of course, they still go against Patrick Mahomes, and Mahomes has not been the same guy necessarily. The turnovers have gone up. He's not getting as lucky with some dropped interceptions, although his completion percentage is very nice. He's approaching 2,000 yards. In the end, he still leads one of the most dynamic offenses in the NFL. If Tennessee wants to win, they got to score. Because given their injury issues at corner, pour one out for Caleb Farley's season. That one pains me deeply because I loved him coming out of Virginia Tech. Christian Fulton on IR still. Janoris Jenkins is not quite prime Jackrabbit anymore. It leaves Tennessee thin. So I am expecting a high-scoring affair this week, and I know you guys won't like it. I am picking the Chiefs to win this one. Tennessee covers the spread if that makes you feel better at all. Final score 37-35. KC wins. I'm just going to say sorry because I know you guys aren't going to appreciate that one very much.